So for the very first time, I am doing something that I've never done in my life before. I am going camping alone. By the way, this will be the second time ever that I'll be going camping. I have never done this alone before, and I'll probably explain why very shortly. Anyway, before I sort of hit the road, I'm going somewhere outside Vancouver. Before you call me dumb, because actually what I'm doing sounds that way. I'm going to a Forest Service road, a couple of hours outside Vancouver. Before I do that, I want to stop by at Costco, just for a night. I want to stop by at Costco and grab. Oh, my camera just dropped. I'm gonna stop by in Costco and grab a steak, at least so I don't starve overnight. So I stopped by in Canadian Tire to get a beer spray. I've never used one before. I've watched videos, I've read about it, but I gotta keep this handy. You know, I'm not expecting to encounter beer, but you never can tell. So it's better to be safe than sorry. So let's get out there. By the way, like I said, I'm going on a Forest Service road, and it's kind of interesting that I'm doing this. So I'm a Nigerian, right? I like to say I grew up in the bush. I grew up in a very rural area. And so all my life, I always wanted to move to a city. And here I am in North America, in Vancouver, you know, in a big city in Canada. But then, now that you're here, imagine leaving the comfort of your bed and then going back into the bush. That's how camping sounds to me. And so I have never entertained. I've been in Canada 8 years now. I've never entertained the idea of going into the camp. Like, camping for what? Like, why do I leave the comfort of my bed to go and sleep in the bush? Anyway, last fall, I tried it with a friend. You know, I camped in his trailer. So when my friend invited me to come camping with him, I told my wife, and my wife was like, oh, like camping, like sleeping in the bush. Because where I come from, we don't have a special word for sleeping in the bush. No. You know, so it was kind of strange, kind of unusual. But I went, I enjoyed it. You know, the atmosphere was serene. It was away from all the noise and, you know, that you will find in the city. And I'm like, I want to do this again. And I'm like, okay, this sounds like something I can do. And I have a little girl here, a 3-year-old. She's going to grow up here. She's going to grow up with the culture. And, you know, having become a Canadian myself, I think it's only reasonable that I learn the culture, that I start doing the things that people do here, if that makes sense. And also, if you're raising a child who's going to do the things that people do here, she's going to go to school. Those are the things they would, you know, our classmates would talk about. I would not be fair to her if I don't learn those things and, you know, embrace the culture, you know. And that's why what I talk about when people come here and, you know, they want to impose their own culture, you know, on here, I think it's wrong. There is a point where you get to share your own culture, where, you know, the Canadian culture can also see something to maybe take away from it. The multiculturalism, the food in Vancouver, for instance, it's so, you know, diverse. It's beautiful, it's enjoyable. But then it's also important that you enjoy whatever it is that people here do enjoy. It's just law of nature, I suppose. Aside wanting to like share that with my little one, I want to do this again. So anyway, that's why I'm doing this. I am hoping that I get to enjoy it, and let's get to it. Let's see how it goes. So I'm letting FSD do the drive, and you know, it's what it is. One thing though, like I said, I've gone there before and I kind of know my way, but there is a problem. FSD, not FSD now, the Tesla mapping system. You see, this is the location that I put in there, inputs there for it. It wants to go to the other side of the lake. It's going on the west side, whereas I'm going on the east side. So, but then Google Map identifies the place accurately. So I have you know, Google Map also running alongside it, as you can see. And then if you guys can see here, Google is going on the right side, which is the accurate one. So it comes back to one of those things that I talk about, that FSD is not ready yet. If the map cannot function accurately, yeah, complete full self-driving can work. That said, I have to stop to charge because, like I said, I'm going on a Forest Service. I want to make sure I have enough charge to get out of the place. Also, in case of any unforeseen occurrence or any eventuality, that I'm ready. So I'm going to be stopping at Mission to juice it up a little bit. It wants me to charge for like 20 minutes. So I'll use that time to do a couple of things, and then we should be good to go. Generally, BC is beautiful. It's just, you know, magnificent. Being able to have all of this, you know, in your backyard, literally, is an experience. So it's gonna be a bummer if you can't enjoy, if you can't enjoy it. So why not come out here, make the most of it and enjoy it as well. I don't know why we're towing the sky. Yeah, exactly. Get out from behind it. This is not meant to be a sort of Tesla review. This is just meant to be my first camping experience, camping in a Tesla experience. Yeah, my first solo camping experience. So I'm not gonna make it about Tesla, mileage and all of those stats. It's just about me coming out to enjoy nature. So I'm stopping to charge this so I can get enough juice to not only put it in camp mode, but also to get out of the place. That said, the last time I used the supercharger, let me check, was in December 24th. I think when I went to the States? Yeah, anyway, and this is April, so 4 months after. So if you live in certain places, as long as you have a charger, and I don't have level 2 charger at home, so it goes back. You see, the map is messed up. See where it's pulling me into. There is no FSD spot here. Come on, there is no charger here. Can you see? There is no charger here. Come on, the charger is behind. FSD ruined it all. Oh, crazy. Anyway, goes back to what I say. I won't stop saying it. Goes back to what I was saying. The system is really good, but there are some little kinks here and there that still needs to be fixed, and it all boils down to the map, to the navigation. If you are in a complex and it can't even identify the right spot where it should go to, that is not good enough. So out here in Mission, BC, some Popeyes, Louisiana chicken. If I wasn't planning to make my own dinner tonight, that could be something that would have been an option. Anyway, let's see how long we need for it to charge. Let me see. It's supposed to charge for 20 minutes and then I continue the trip. So it's supposed to charge for 20 minutes and then I continue the trip. It's interesting. So while the charger was here, you see, the navigation is still directing it to that spot where the car eventually pulled in. So you can't necessarily blame the car, but you blame the navigation system. But they are two in one. Like, it's the same. They should work in synchronity. It should work hand in hand. One should not sabotage the other. But right now, the map sabotages FSD. Anyway, let me get a few things done before we continue. So guys, while I was testing out the bear spray, I was still trying to open it, and then I pulled it and it sprayed around me, and that stuff is intense. My leaf still burned. Even though it wasn't coming in my direction, the wind wasn't, coming in my direction. In fact, everywhere is still right now, so it's not like there is any wind or anything. But wow, that was something so potent. I probably might need to get milk or something. Wow, I see why I was made to sign all those stuff now. Like, that stuff is dangerous. Dangerous. Wow, I can't imagine someone spraying that in someone's face. It's not even, that's worse than pepper spray. Wow. I'm just gonna pull into a gas station there and wash my hands and my face. Like, my lips are burning. I can't feel it anymore. Wow. Just got out of A&W. The gas station is so small, they don't have a washroom. So I had to go use A&W, just wash my hands and my face. My beard is still wet a little bit. But yeah, what am I going to do there? Like, the car can't even find its way around this parking lot. Come on. Navigation is the bane of FSD, man. It's the bane of full self-driving. Okay, yeah, that feels better. But yeah, that's quite strong. I felt it. I felt every bit of it. So let's get going. Hopefully the rest of the drive is smooth enough and we don't run into any issue. Camping for the very first time and arrives when it is pitch dark, and it's pitch black. Yeah, just set up fire and okay, hasn't caught yet. Just yet. was planning to bring seasoning, but I did not. I only brought salt and black pepper. So it's gonna be the first time I'm having steak like this without me seasoning. Nigerian, we love our spices and seasoning. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it shapes up. I'll see you guys. So this has been eventful, and I think it's lights out. Time to go to bed. So yeah, it's been interesting. It's been chaotic. It's been mostly fun. One thing I think though is next time I should come quite early. I should come earlier than this so I can figure out where I'm gonna spend the night and sort of be comfortable. I later discovered that there's like a separate fireplace around where those who have camped here in the past where they've kind of set up. Anyway, that's just it from me. Let me close this from the app. So that's that. It's good night from me. And I'll see you guys in the morning. So for some weird reason, it was so hot with the camp mode, and I realized this was left high, and then I was only operating this side. So I think I want to put both of them. Now I reduced it too low. Now it's too cold. I think this is the temperature I want in here, 18 degrees. By the way, I know I said this is gonna be like about the Tesla starts or something, but just to note, I got here with I think 55% battery. Now we are at 50. Anyway, I'm going to bed with 50. I'm gonna maybe watch an episode or two of The Good Doctor, and let's see how many. Yeah, and I've already put it in camp mode. Get cozy. Let's see how many percent we have by morning. What happened? Okay, I'll have a. This is actually well covered. Like, you won't see a thing. It felt pitch black except for the lights peeking, through the roof, and it just felt like you have like a nice, beautiful skylight. It's just beautiful, man. So I set up my fireplace there. But just look at this. This was what I woke up to in the morning. Harrison Lake. And just being the only one in here. It's beautiful, man. Oh my word. Oh my word. You see, this is something that humans are not supposed to do. Park in, park out. Okay, the charcoals, that's fine. But look at cigarette butts. You see, why? Why do people do this? Like, look at how pristine this is. Look at how gorgeous this is. And then you come, you bring your filthiness, you bring it here. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. But yeah, that was why I set up camp at night. But this is it. This is my view. So it's
kind of nice, the fact that you're able to just step outside and enjoy nature, being the only one. Woo! If I scream, I'm probably gonna echo around. But it's just nice. That's the Harrison Lake. I think the next thing I'm gonna try to do is to get a fishing license and then see, catch some. The drop is not crazy. Yeah, but this is somewhere to come with your family. Spend a couple of days. Yeah, it will be really, really nice to do. Really, really, really nice to do.
Given that this was my first time of camping solo, how do you think I did with respect to taking out everything you take in? I left nothing behind. And this is it. So, can you see the logs of wood on the road? This was how I knew yesterday that, okay, it was okay for me to keep going. I knew someone had, gone ahead of me and they've kind of cleared the path, which is nice. So, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to come through here because I don't have a chainsaw, right? There's something that's like a waterfall almost. Oh, I better not fall into a ditch. So yeah, you see more of it. When I was coming last night, I was just like, should I keep going? Should I stop? Because I was just weaving through all of this, man. Weaving through all of it. But I haven't seen that it's been caught. It was a sign that people were here. Also, this was the point where I almost turned back. I'm like, am I gonna go over this? But it just feels like a bump at the end of the day. Oh, did you hear that? That was my barbecue. The cover went. Anyway, it was at that point that I was like, is it worth? Should I keep going? Oh, people are coming in to come and camp. probably wondering, what's this guy with a Tesla doing here? You know? So I think it's nice. I think it's important that I do a bit of a reflection. What was the experience like? So I'm gonna try something. I want to try full self-driving here, but I'm gonna put it in sloth. Oh, yeah. And with sloth, it's gonna work. So a bit of self-reflection here. I think I enjoyed the solitude, but I think I could also use. I'm going out this way. I think I could also use some company. You know, if my wife and daughter, or maybe even only my daughter, or one of them was with me, I think I would have enjoyed it more. You know, play some games. But I think it's also the perfect getaway if you just want to be alone and you want to maybe walk through a few things. Another thing is one night is not enough. For all the trouble that it took to get in there, when next I'm going to do this, I'm going to be doing minimum 2 nights. You know, maybe 3 nights, even better. You know, come around with a bike, maybe not even with a bike, just, you know, camp there, hike up a little bit, and go see what's around there. Another very important lesson is come early. Come very, very early to set up camp. That's very, very important. So you see where you are setting up, you kind of take it all in, you're comfortable. If I had come in earlier, I don't know, FSD almost doesn't see potholes. And so that makes it difficult for you to drive on forest service roads like this. So the thing will be, if I had come in much earlier, I might not be I've spent my time at that spot because I see other cars going up. Maybe my car will not be able to use that to get up there, but I didn't find out. So that's something I'm going to want to find out when next I'm here. But overall, it's beautiful. The lookout, it's beautiful. But one thing though is if you're going to come to this point, because there's no source of water, you need to sort of have your own water supply basically. Otherwise, like you need to bring in your own water. Otherwise, it's gonna be difficult. But it's just a nice place to get away. You enjoy the time. And the other thing let me talk about my experience camping in this car for the very first time, at least sleeping in it. It was very, very good. When I woke up this morning, I felt really rested. I felt very, very rested. I've always struggled to sleep on an air mattress. I find it very uncomfortable, you know, sleeping on an air mattress. That said, that was why I got the memory foam thing. And I was worried that, you know, folding it up will be a problem. But actually, it is not. It's quite easy. It's quite easy to fold up. You know, although when I opened it up last time, maybe because, you know, it's straight from the factory, I've never opened it up before. It took a long time for it to, like, you know, fully open up. But that's another thing. If I had arrived much earlier, I would have opened it up much earlier, you know, much more time for it to kind of spread. I think one thing that would be nice would be for this to get like an extension. What's it called? Like an extended tent, you know, that I can connect or attach. Actually, even you can camp here. Like literally, you can camp there. You know, so that I can attach to the car itself. If I find one, it's actually going to be nice and comfortable. You know, then others can stay in there. This car would fit comfortably. I would say just 2 persons. And there's also something that people complain about: the incline that, you know, the car seat has. You guys need to see this. This is beautiful. Can you see that? Like driving along the water. It's beautiful, man. So people complain that the incline, they look for something that would compensate for it. I don't think so. It almost felt like a pillow somewhat, But even like when you're at a hospital, for instance, you don't sleep straight. You sleep on an incline as well. So wait, would it be that I could have gone in from here? That's something I would have to find out another day. So because I think I took a longer route. At least that's what I feel. But I don't have the time to find out today. Anyway, so that incline was not much of an issue. I slept well. I slept good. So, but yeah, this was my first experience camping in this car. I enjoyed it. If you guys want me to do like a full setup of how the bed unrolls and all of that, I can do that. Sort of like camping lights. I can do that as well, but I'm not a camping expert, so I'll suggest you go watch Bear Creek. This will be something to come and explore some other time. Oh, you see the waterfall? The sun is reflecting. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So I've always said it, that Tesla does something very slimy. They would always route you to the most expensive charger. Look at the list of chargers around where I could charge. There's one for 29, there's one for 32. And then guess where they are routing me to? This one, the one for 41, the most expensive one. No, I'm not going there. I'm going to this one. Thank you. It's ridiculous, and they are all 250 kilowatt chargers. Tesla does this, so if you don't know, I think I literally should even make a video about this. If you do not know, now you know. What Tesla does, they are trying to scam us of money. Why would you send me to the most expensive one? Why? It's ridiculous at this point. Anyway, I thought I would let you guys know. By the way, when I'll be getting to that point, my battery will also be 16%, which means I will still be able to get almost maximum charge. Come on, I need someone to prove me wrong. I need someone to prove me wrong that my hypothesis is wrong. It still blows my mind like crazy that Tesla wants me to pay more for less. Ridiculous, man. And to think that this one has 16 charging spots available. You want me to go to the one with 4 spots? Think about it. Come on.